Okay, where are people moving to in the Austin area? People just like you that found me here on YouTube. They decided to shoot me a text, give me a phone call, or send me an email, and they said, hey, Julio, can you help us find a home here in the Austin area? We're moving from out of town, or you already live here and we're tired of paying rent. Can you help us? Families like this one, 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 and many more that we have helped throughout the entire year of 2024. Where are they moving to? In no particular order, we're gonna start out with a Kyle in the Buda area. We have helped a ton of families move to this area. Honestly, because you get a mix of everything. Low prices, you get some of the hill country with higher prices, but then also if your budget doesn't fit that, you can definitely find homes as low as $300,000 or below, just slightly below. And I'll give you an example that just happened this past weekend. We were able to help the single individual. She said, hey, I'm tired of paying rent. Can you help me? I want to start actually creating a portfolio. So I want to start out with my first home, live there for a couple of years or more, rent it out, and then go on to the second home and so on and so forth. Well, this is the deal that we were able to find her, just to give you an example. The home cost $300,000. Brand new home with all the warranties. We were able to negotiate a fridge, a washer and dryer. We were also able to find her a 3.99% interest rate fixed for 30 years. No buy downs, no nothing. It is fixed for the entire time. We were also able to negotiate all of her closing costs, the entire closing costs. So she doesn't have to come out of pocket for any closing costs. And then here's the best part. Listen closely. We were able to create a plan and negotiate a way for her to get out of her lease early, and that fee is also getting paid for. That is pretty cool, isn't it? So now she doesn't have to wait until mid-year next year to get out of her lease, and now she can be into a brand new home by Christmas. And these are some of the deals that we're able to find at this point in this market as we approach the end of the year. So if you're ready to do that, if you're financially ready, you're mentally ready, emotionally ready to make the move, we're finding some crazy deals in this market, guys. And here's her payment. Monthly, she's gonna be paying $2,200 a month. Amazing for a brand new home. And the only money that she has to bring out of pocket is $10,000. So if that is you, it is your first home, you're single, or maybe you're a young couple, this is a great way to start. This community in particular will have 2 amenity centers. It has 2 lakes, and it will have trails all around it, a beautiful master plan community that you should definitely check out in the Buda area. And then of course we have other options in the Buda Kyle area that I'm a huge fan of. You have Sunfield, you have Six Creeks, you have Anthem, Plum Creek, many more to mention Crosswinds. One in particular that you have seen this video before is Six Creeks, which is a beautiful part of the hill country, kind of the start of the hill country, beautiful oak trees, live oak trees. It has an amazing amenity center smack down in the middle of the community. And the best part are the top builders that are inside the community. You have Perry Homes, you have Highland, you have Pulte, Chesmar, Coventry, I believe, Coventry or Scott Felder. I always get those guys confused. I apologize. And we actually were able to help a young couple. I actually made a video about this a couple of weeks ago. You guys might have seen it. The home was around $500,000. We were also able to find them a great deal in the home. Make sure to watch this video. I'll probably put B-roll here. The home is beautiful, backing up to a green belt. Yeah, it was just an amazing deal. And this is their very first home, actually second home for him, first home for her. And they're gonna be getting married here pretty soon. They're gonna get engaged, so don't tell anybody. That is a surprise. Hopefully they don't watch this, but man, I'm gonna get in trouble. Actually, I think he's proposing this weekend, so I probably won't get in trouble. This will come out later. But anyways, we found him a great deal for that community. And then as far as Kyle in the Buda area, a Costco just came to the area. You have a Sprouts that's also coming to the area. Then you also have a bunch of mixed use development that's coming. What is mixed use? You have commercial spaces, so like stores, restaurants, things like that. And then you also have it combined with residential. But these residential opportunities are typically apartments, right, for rent. But that is very cool because everything is really close. That typically tends to bring the value up of the area, and then it just attracts more and more stores, more and more things to do. You have the Vibe Park, which is a great mixed-use development coming, brick and mortar, and many more. Do not sleep, like I've been saying in other social media platforms, do not sleep on the Kyle and Buda area, not only because of the affordable prices in some areas, but then you also have some beautiful communities like that young couple was able to find. Obviously, the price point's going to come up. You're going to be starting out in the mid 400s and then obviously well into the 600,000s. But if that is your budget, you can definitely find some options. And then, of course, you have the other side of the coin where you can find options in the $300,000. Also, if you're an investor, I have several opportunities for you as well. So that is Kyle in the Buda area. You're about 30 to 35 minutes from downtown Austin. You're about an hour away from San Antonio, depending on the traffic, of course. Oh, there's also news that a brand new movie studio is coming just 15 minutes away in San Marcos. And then there's a ton of like outdoor lakes, river spots. So if you like to do that, especially in the summer where it gets so hot here in Texas, that is a great spot. Now, as we move up north, you have another option called Maynard, Texas. We have also helped many families get into this suburb in particular, which is growing a ton. Finally, they got the news that a brand new HEB is being built. They're breaking ground. And if you're from Texas, if you're watching me and you're from Texas, you know how quickly HEB builds their store. So I'm pretty sure that here in a couple of months, we'll say more like 3 months, they'll have a brand new store. And the way it goes here in Texas, if you don't know about HEB, they are a force to be reckoned with. I mean, when they come into the area, they build their stores very quickly, and then more and more companies are attracted to the area. So typically, it just brings more amenities to the area. And Maynard has needed this for the longest time. And it is actually the closest suburb to downtown Austin, to the airport, and then, of course, to Tesla as well. So if you work for Tesla and you're thinking about moving to the area, or you already live here, this could be a great suburb for you. We have helped many families. In fact, one of you guys here from YouTube that reached out through YouTube, I should say, they were moving from San Diego, and we were able to get them into a brand new home right around $400,000. Beautiful brand new home. And I remember when we were looking around and searching for houses, they were like, Julio, this home in California or in San Diego would be close to $1 million, and we're getting it here for $400,000. It just makes so much sense to come out here. It's still growing. Austin's just a cool spot. It just makes more sense for us to live here, and that's why they decided to make the move, just like you potentially. And then if you haven't seen this video, although they don't have this opportunity anymore, I want to be honest with you guys and transparent, but there was a community in Maynard, great location, just like 2 minutes from that HEB, and they had opportunities under $300,000. They don't have that anymore, but they definitely have opportunities in the low $300,000. They have two great builders in that community. You have Chessmart and Landsea Homes. Another community in particular that we have helped families just like you as well find homes in the mid $300,000s and then up into the $400,000. So now Maynard doesn't have much going on, but now more and more stores are coming in that particular area where the HEB is coming into. It'll have other big box retailers like Ross, Home Depot, things like that. So it's definitely going to make the area more attractive. Very quiet. Also, for full transparency, as far as the traffic goes, coming in and out of 290. So 290 is the main highway cutting across east-west in Maynard. There definitely tends to form a lot of traffic, and I'm hoping that the city figures out a way to create another highway in and out, either north or south, because that is the main way in and out. Now, you know, if you go west, you'll hit 130, which is a great toll road to use. Obviously, nobody likes to use toll roads because they charge you for that, but that could be an option. And then you have Palmer Lane, actually. A lot of people don't know this, but Palmer Lane extends all the way into Maynard, and then it can go all the way up into North Austin. It can take you from Maynard and then all the way up to the Apple campus, which is on Palmer Lane, and then going all the way up into Avery Ranch, Avery Center, Brushy Creek area. So that is another way in and out of Maynard that it's free, it's not a toll road. Another news, if you're an outdoorsy person, Maynard got approved to extend a walking and biking trail from Maynard all the way downtown. It's going to connect all the way downtown. It's going to go through the Walnut Creek Greenbelt and then connect to downtown area. And that is a great amenity. If you like to bike, if you like to hike, if you like to run, you have easy access to this amenity. And that's going to continue to make Maynard more and more attractive. So that is another opportunity for you. As we make our way up north a little bit more, we have Pflugerville, Texas, which stay tuned till the end because I have to share some more details about this brand new community, which is within walking distance from Lake Pflugerville, which I actually share a video about this. So stay tuned till the end because I'm going to share more details about this. But yes, Pflugerville, Texas, one of the bigger suburbs around the area. It is also very close to downtown Austin. You have amazing opportunities here. There are many, many, many brand new communities that are in the area. Typically on the east side of Pflugerville, Black Hawk is one of them. Price point in Black Hawk, we're starting in the high 500,000s and then going into the $700,000, $800,000. Huge master plan community that has access to a lot of amenities like a Costco, Home Depot, Dick's Sporting Goods, Target, and then many like eateries and things like that. There's also a water park, Typhoon, Texas, that's really nearby. And then according to niche.com, Black Hawk in particular has top ranked school districts. So that is definitely an option for you, the families out there that are looking for that. And if that is your price point, that is, you have top builders like GFO, Chesmar, Scott Felder and Coventry, Saratoga Homes, I believe it's the other one that's out there. But that is definitely an option. And then, of course, that brand new community, but stay tuned till the end and I'll share more about that. And then you also have Taylor Morrison, Braun, and KB Homes in the area. In fact, KB Homes, I made a video about this community a long time ago, but KB Homes in particular, it's in this community that's going to be bordering with a brand new mixed-use development called East Village ATX, which is supposed to kind of mimic or copy what the domain is all about. And it's over $1 billion investment coming into the area, which is crazy to think about. I'm still waiting to see what it's going to feel like, what kind of stores they're going to have. It's also mixed use, so it'll have a hotel, it'll have some residential apartments, but everything is supposed to be walkable. In this particular community that's right next to it, you have a green belt kind of cutting across, and the only way to access, at least from the community, the only way to access that mixed-use development is by walking or biking. Obviously, you can get to the development going all the way around via car, but the cool thing for this community in particular is that they have kind of like private access or exclusive access just walking or taking a bike, and I think that's pretty cool. And then finally, in Pflugerville in particular, if you're looking for the low 300,000 price point, there is one community that is offering that. So if that is your price point, make sure to reach out so that we can help you find that. Now, moving on to Round Rock, Georgetown, Leander, and Liberty Hill. Those are also options that clients just like you, they found me here on YouTube, they either reached out to the number, they email, or schedule that Zoom, and we were able to help them create a plan, and they found their perfect home. There are several communities in these suburbs. Of course, we have Round Rock, which is a very well-established suburb, very well known around the area. It was one of the fastest growing suburbs a long time ago in the entire country, and I think recently it got voted top 3 best place to live in the entire country. Not really sure what kind of metrics or what kind of data points they use to determine this, but hey, they got voted one of the top number 3 in this list of places to live. And Round Rock, it is mainly growing on the east side of I-35. So if you're looking at I-35, it's mainly growing on the east side. I personally live in Round Rock, love it. Everything's very close. It has a ton of amenities. Just to name a few, you have the Dale Diamond, which is a AAA minor league team. And this is a great amenity for you and the family. Even if you don't live in Round Rock, you have easy access to this because they typically play in the summer. So typically when kids are out of school, and they have theme nights. So Star Wars night, dog theme nights, 4th of July nights, things like that. So you can bring the kids to these events. They have a blast, they play music, they watch some baseball, they can hang out with their friends, eat ice cream, eat popcorn, hot dogs, you name it, but it's a great, great amenity to have. And then right across the street, you have the Kalahari Resort, which is, if I'm not mistaken, it's the largest indoor water park in the entire country. This thing is huge. If you've never been there, if you live here in the area, you know what I'm talking about. It is huge. But it's a great amenity for you and the kids, especially during the summer, to just take them there for the day, and they can just, have a blast, burn off some energy. and you don't have to have them cooped up in the house. And then it is right next to kind of the Brushy Creek area, which is a beautiful area. You have a trail that goes pretty much from Round Rock all the way into the Cedar Park area. There's one community in particular that actually people just like you, again, on YouTube, this couple in particular, young family, they have 3 kids now, or are gonna have 3 kids now. They moved in from California, North California, and they were able to find a home in this particular community that has a tax rate of 1.75%, which is insane to think about. No PID, no mud, super low tax rate, and they were able to find a brand new home in this community. The price point, it's in the high 300,000s for a smaller home. And what I mean by a smaller home, I'm talking about like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. If you need something bigger, then we're talking about more in the $400,000 range, and then going into the $500,000 range. And then we had another family that reached out from New Jersey, beautiful family that you can see here. They were able to find a home in another community in Round Rock. Now, something to keep in mind, this is good to know, especially for you guys moving from out of town. This particular community has a Round Rock address, but it is zoned for the Hutto ISD. So very, very important to keep in mind for this community in particular. If you're looking now, they love the home. They say, hey, Julio, we don't really care about the school district right now because we just have a baby. And, we still have about 4 to 5 years to decide that. And that's not to take away from Hutto ISD. Actually, my niece and nephew go to Hutto ISD, and my sister and my brother-in-law, they love it. But then you get some people that reach out through here, they look at the rankings and they're like, no, we'd rather go to Round Rock ISD. So again, totally up to you, but that is something to keep in mind sometimes with these brand new communities, is that they may have the address of one city, but the school district might be another city. So very, very important. And that is obviously something that we help you with. We find out. We are in contact constantly with all these brand new communities, and of course resale homes as well. And we find out all these details for you, and we help you throughout the entire process. Especially if you're a first-time home buyer, we help you do that as well. Now, moving on to Georgetown, Texas. As you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, one of my favorite suburbs around the area. I will actually want to eventually move out there in the long future. If not there, maybe Dripping Springs. I don't know yet. But anyways, beautiful suburb. You guys have seen a ton of videos that I have made about the suburb. Main attractions, why I am a big fan of this particular suburb. You have Lake Georgetown. You have the downtown square, which is awesome. Also, not to discredit the downtown square in Round Rock, amazing amenity. You have the Round Rock Donuts, famous all around the country. But anyways, you also have that amenity in Georgetown. Tons of antiquing, restaurants, wine tastings, events for you and the kids. Beautiful. The other cool thing about Georgetown, not only do you have Lake Georgetown, which is actually one of my favorite lakes around because it's very quiet, not super crowded. You can hike the entire lake, which is about 28 miles. I haven't done that yet. I've hiked about half of it. One of the main reasons why I like it, one, very quiet, not very crowded. And also during the summer, it's very shaded. It's very covered. So if you like to hike in the summer in this humid heat here in Texas, it's a great, great choice here. And then also you have the San Gabriel River that kind of cuts across through Georgetown east to west or west to east, whatever. And here's the cool thing. There is a ton of new communities that actually border to that San Gabriel River. So you have access to this river. One of them, one of my favorite communities is called Wolf Ranch. And we actually helped a family. Again, they found me here on YouTube from California. They were able to sell their home in California. They moved that equity and they put it into this brand new home. It's actually a 3D printed community, which I've made a video about this not too long ago with insane technology. It's actually the only community in the entire country of this size. It's here in Georgetown, 3D printed community. They found a super low rate, great pricing. It was around, I think, the mid to the high 400,000s, right around that. They had all their closing costs covered. And again, a super, super low rate. So that was a great opportunity that they found in a very unique community that you don't see actually anywhere in the country. I think there's only one more, but of this size, that is the only community. And then of course, Wolf Ranch in general, just a beautiful community with a ton of trees. I don't know how many times I've said beautiful, but if you're doing a drinking game, you should take advantage of that because I think I've said beautiful like 100 times in this video. You should probably keep a tally of this. But Wolf Ranch, tons of trees, tons of trails. You have 2 amazing amenity centers with a pool, walking trails. You should definitely check it out. And you have homes going all the way from the low 400,000, mid to 400,000, and then going up all the way up into the 900,000s, maybe to 1 million. You have Drees, which is one of my favorite custom, semi-custom luxury builders. We have helped one family this year build a home with Drees, and it was amazing. David Weekly, which has amazing customer service. It's also a great option in this area. And then you have many, many more options in Georgetown. So if that is one that interests you, you should definitely check it out. Now, one thing to keep in mind with Georgetown is that you're not super close to downtown Austin. So very, very important to keep in mind. But typically, if you're moving to Georgetown, you're not looking to be within easy access to downtown Austin. You probably want to check out Austin just on the weekends and things like that. But the good news is that Domain, famous Domain, that has tons of stores, all out kind of walkable, famous mall. You have a Whole Foods and a bunch of different stores like Lululemon, the Apple Store, Nordstrom, and many, many more. Depending where you live in Georgetown, you're probably within 25 to 30 minutes maybe. From downtown Austin, you're looking at more like 50 minutes, depending on the traffic. And then you also have the Q2 Stadium, which I haven't mentioned. It is the professional soccer team or football team that we have here in Austin. It is right next to the Domain, so you're not too far if you're coming from Georgetown. Now, moving on, and to wrap up a little bit, we have Leander and Liberty Hill. Liberty Hill in particular, I made a video again about this community. I'm very, very excited about this master plan community that a lot of people are now talking about with top builders like TriPoint. Huge fan of this builder. We have Chessmart, we have Perry, we have Lancy. I'm also a big fan of this builder. All these builders I love, but just these in particular, I'm a big fan, especially Lancy that has a very good product for a very, very good price. Oh, you also have Ashton Woods. I don't want to leave them out. Price points in this particular community are anywhere from the low 400,000s and then going up into the 600s and 700s. Now, full transparency, the community is not the closest to a ton of amenities, but if you're moving to Liberty Hill, you either work from home or you work around the area, or maybe you're retiring. Now, one of the many pros of Liberty Hill, one, it's very quiet. It's a very small town, so you have that quiet, nice feel to it. Top ranked school districts according to niche.com. And then now they're starting to build more and more. So if you could have that vision of how the community and the city is going to start to grow and you invest now, it's just a matter of time before that city continues to grow, just like Leander did just 10, 12 years ago. And you can get in early, and then the value of your home continues to come up. Also, if you're looking for some acreage, if you're looking for homes on an acre, 2 acres, 5 acres, 10 acres, 15 acres, there are homes just like this one, especially custom-built homes or semi-custom built homes. Georgetown, Liberty Hill, Leander has those opportunities. And yeah, but Liberty Hill, not too much going on as far as amenities. You're probably about 35 minutes from the Domain, maybe, give or take. But it's very quiet, very kind of the small town feel. And if that's what you're looking for, this is a great opportunity for you. And then as we come down to Leander, tons of opportunities here. It was voted one of the fastest growing suburbs in 2018, 2019. A lot of amenities coming to the area. It doesn't feel like Leander used to feel like even just 5 years ago. It's growing so much, but it is definitely a commuter town, meaning that, you typically live here and then you work somewhere either in North Austin or you just work from home. But as you guys know, if you've been doing your research, it has top ranked school districts. Now it will have a brand new commercial development, mixed use development called Northline, which is over $1 billion development coming to the area. So that is exciting news. Now you don't have to go all the way down to the Domain. Now you can hang out in this area with you and the family, or if you want to go shopping and things like that, this place will offer that for you. And Leander is actually, if not the only place, no, it's not the only stop, but one of the only suburbs where the metro rail that goes all the way up into Leander and downtown. Anyways, it's one of the only suburbs that has access, especially the north suburbs, that has access to the metro rail, which, don't quote me on it, I think it comes every 25 to 30 minutes throughout the day. But that is a great amenity to have. If you don't want to take your car, you can actually get on the metro rail and then go all the way down to downtown. So yes, Leander, a ton of new communities in the area as well. Price point, it varies. It can be all the way up in the 400,000 and then as high as into the millions. Just to name a few neighborhoods, you have Treviso, which has luxury type feel homes. If that is what you're looking for, you get beautiful views of the hill country. We have helped many families here buy or sell. So if you're looking to sell and you live in Treviso, you know that we can help you. If you're looking to buy, we can also help you there. You have Toll Brothers, Taylor Morrison, and one other builder that I cannot remember right now, but beautiful, beautiful spot. You also have Bluffview Reserve in Leander. You have Bar W, and it continues to develop as we speak. And then, of course, you have Cedar Park right down below, which is also a great opportunity. And I've made a video about a brand new neighborhood, which you don't find in Cedar Park, built by Toll Brothers. So that is a great, great opportunity to have. So overall, these are some of the top suburbs that people just like you that found me here on YouTube were wanting to move to. And then, of course, I haven't mentioned this and we have helped families this year, but for the sake of time, you also have Dripping Springs and Bee Cave, which are beautiful areas in the hill country, Lakeway, which I can make a separate video about these areas, but for the sake of time, I wanted to mention more of the common suburbs that people decide to move to. And then finally, man, I am not sure what happened to the camera. It died on me, but I didn't want to leave you hanging and share with you. I'm showing this beautiful home here in Dripping Springs, Texas, as you can see. But yes, what are the incentives for that community in Pflugerville, Texas that you have to check out and reach out if you're interested in it? But you have $35,000 in incentives for the design center or structural options. Then you have $10,000 in closing costs, which that should cover all your closing costs. And then you have half off lot premiums, which is amazing. And then finally, you have a free level 1 hardwood floor upgrade. So if you're into hardwood floors, it will be a free level 1 option for you. Again, if you're interested in this community that nobody has been talking about, I just found out about it, 5 minutes walking to Lake Pflugerville. Make sure to reach out and I can help you get connected. And you get an additional incentive if you tell them about me or how you found the community. Again, my name is Julio Monagas here in Austin, Texas. Adios.